Good morning, fellow YouTubers, and welcome to another grand and glorious episode of Arizona Podcast, starring your host, Mr. Arizona. It is 8:27 in the morning on Wednesday, January 3rd, 2023. And as as currently stated on the title, I have come back from the dead. But the question is, what have I come back to? What have I actually come back to? Let's think about this logically for a minute. Well, it's indeed a new year. The year has changed because it's now from 2023 to 2024. Now, are people changing? The seasons, I'd say it's still remaining the same because it is still but cold outside. It's around, I would say, 49 degrees outside. So I would say the season, well, we're still in winter. So that hasn't changed much. But as people and their attitude changed, that I don't know. Because we've only been in the supposedly new year, we've only been here about 3 days. That's it, just 3 days. But on the positive side, a lot of things can happen in 3 days. A lot of good things could happen in 3 days. And also a lot of bad things could happen in 3 days. I guess it just depends on the, should I say, the choice of the individual, I guess, if that makes sense. But like I said, yeah, I'm back from the dead, but, well, what did I come back to? Is there positive things happening in the world, positive things happening on here? Or is it just same old pile, just different year and different month? I mean, seriously, me, it's hard for me to change anything because I feel like I just got here. So to me, everything's fresh, everything's brand new, everything's a dawn to me because technically it is. I woke up this morning. I looked at both of my toes and found out, gee, I have 2 toes. Wow. Wonder what I could do with them. So I got up, walked around, and for some reason, I just started automatically, getting up bright and chipper and got dressed. And here I am doing my normal thing, whatever I do this morning. Which honestly, I don't know. I'm just kind of going with the flow and just, I do what comes natural to me. What comes like, what naturally occurs, what naturally happens. You know what I mean? It's like I don't really have a set plan or a set thing I really need to do. I'm just, I guess you could say I'm kind of picking up where I left off. I guess that's if that makes sense. But I'm really not, because I'm doing things that are totally different than what I did yesterday. And what I did yesterday was completely and totally different than what I'm doing today. Which, kind of confuses even myself, you know what I mean? Like, wow. But this year to me, now that I look at it, it's been like a kind of a really strange and really awkward year so far. Maybe it's because it's only been 3 days and people are in a state of, I guess, in a state of slumber still. And so maybe it just, in other words, some people really don't, it takes them a while to adjust to change. It takes them a while to adjust to things going on. It takes them a while to get accustomed to things. And that could be anything. Maybe it could be, it could be a change in a job or a change in residence, or maybe even a change in yourself. It takes a while to, adjust to it, to get focused, and stuff like that. Because I do believe that when, with people, usually when the coming of the new year is approaching, usually the first state of mind is panic. Oh my God, the new year's coming. Oh my God, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. This is going to happen. Oh, let's prepare. Bam, 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 bam. Then, next thing you know, guess what? The new year happens now, and we're in it. And all those people that were overly excited and overly, basically pressing the button too much, thinking that, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen. Well, here we are. 2024 has happened. We are officially in a new year. We are officially in a new era of life. we're officially in a new, should I say, page of the written book called life. And guess what? All those horror stories saying the world was going to end and this was going to happen and that was going to happen, and it's just bad, 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 bad. Well, guess what? We're all still here. We're all still doing our thing. We're all still living our lives. We're all still basically conducting business as usual. So really, what grievous things that were supposed to happen never really came to pass. And that goes to another point, that the news media tends to really overinflate a lot of things because they want more people to watch. They want more people to tune in. Just like when somebody pops off here like an animal in a cage. They pop off saying, but they don't even realize what they're saying till they actually play back the replay. Then they realize, geez, that's what I sound like? Gee, that's how much of a jackass I made myself? Gee, that's how stupid I sound like when I get like that? Wow. Then that's when the feelings of remorse come in. And they say, man, I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said this. I shouldn't have said. Then they wind up taking down their stream or removing it or things like that, you know. But at that moment in time, they got about, say for instance, like if I do some stupid shit and I pop off about it. Well, I could easily get 20 to 30 people coming in here listening. Very easy. Anybody could do it. Anybody could literally get 20 or 30 people listening just by popping off at the mouth. Because people love watching a train wreck. They love watching somebody just going off, just running their mouth for no apparent reason, just like an animal in a cage. But guess what? When it's all over with, when it's all done, when it's all said and done, when the last check is written, and when the last bill is paid, who's there to clean up the aftermath? Who's there to clean up all the paper plates, all the beer cans, all the mess. The people that were watching, no. They just left and they moved on. And now they're watching another train wreck. While you have to deal with the aftermath of what you just did. Of what you just said. Of what just occurred in your stream. Now you have to deal with the aftermath. Now you have to deal with all that. And to me, when you allow somebody on your panel that's equally well, not only are you dealing with your mess, now you're dealing with someone else's mess because you selected that person to come up there on your stream and run their mouth just like you do. And so therefore, now you have two sets of disasters instead of one. So therefore, not only do you have to clean up your mess, but you have to clean up the mess that the panelists made as well. So therefore, that adds stress, that adds unwanted, maybe physical or mental problems. Because you selected that person. You chose to have that person on your panel. And so therefore, you know, they're going to be, if you're nasty, they're going to be just as nasty as you are. If you're calm, they're going to be just as calm as you are. If you're respectful, they're going to be just as respectful as you are. You laid down the guidelines very first thing right off the bat. You set the mood for your chat when you act a certain way. If you act like loud and obnoxious and all that, well, that's the kind of people you're going to get in the chat and on the panel. But if you act calm, cool, and collected, those calm, cool, and collected people are going to come to your chat. They're going to come to your panel, and they're going to want to speak because you personally set the tone of how your stream is going to go, of the mood of your stream. You know what I mean? Kind of hard to explain, but it's true. Because bottom line, ladies and gentlemen, we're all responsible for what we say and what we do on our panels. And we are responsible for who we select to be on our panels or to be in our chats or whatever you want to call it. And we've got to learn to accept our responsibilities as well as take care of them and handle them. Instead of sitting there blaming it on somebody else, saying, no, it's their fault. 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 Why can't you just say, look, it's my fault. I did this. I created this mess. It's my responsibility, and I'm going to clean it up. Simple as that. It's my responsibility. My channel, my responsibility. Now I have to clean it up. Simple as that. Because hell, do you think the people on, some of the people on people's panels really give a fuck about the channels that they're on? No, because it ain't theirs. It ain't their channel. They don't give a fuck. It ain't their panels. They don't give a fuck. That's why they could say whatever the fuck they want and not worry about any consequences to their actions or what they say. Because they don't have to hear it. They don't have to pay for it. Because guess what? They're on someone else's dime. They're not on your dime. They're on, sorry, pardon my French. Sorry about that. They're on your dime. They're not on their dime. They're on yours. They're on your panel. They're not on someone else's panel. So that means they got the I could do whatever I want and get away with it badge. Because people let them up on there and let them do that. See, people need to reach really, really hard and say, look, this is my panel. This is my channel. And all you have to do, set the tone, set the rules straight first. Boom. That's it. And people can feel you out. People understand what your mood set is, what your mindset is, just by the way you talk and the way you present yourself. And simple. All you have to do is say, look, whether you choose to accept the BS or whether you choose to get rid of it, you set the ground rules straight from the get-go. Right straight off the bat. You say, this is my channel. This is how it's going to be. If you don't like it, then stay off my channel or stay off my panel. Simple. Because then that way, people that are going into your channel and going on your panel know what to expect. Whether it's something good or something bad or whatever, it doesn't matter. Setting the tone to whatever it is you're doing, if you set the tone and set the mood right away, people know exactly what to expect. That way, when they go on the panel, they know what's going on. Now, with some people on here, I don't even have to tell them or even ask them anything. They already instantly know. That's how good they are. That's how good they are. People are some people on here are so good at reading chats and reading panels that they already know instantly how to act and how to carry themselves when they're in a channel or when they're on a panel. They instantly know, where you don't have to tell them, where you don't have to, guide them or anything like that. They already know. They already know instantly. That is professionalism. That is the beauty of real people. Real people that have understood how a person is for so long that they already know. They already know. And that's why I call them pros. Because they could take any type of chat, any type of panel, and they could read it, know exactly what's going on, and act accordingly without even having to say a word. They already know. And that makes these people very, very, very intelligent. I mean, think about it. Knowing how to act on a panel without even saying a word, you already know. And I'm not talking about a reader of minds. Damn. Oh, I hope I'm not trying to get sick again. Jesus Christ. This would be the second time I got sick this year. Oh. But like I said, enough of the weird acky yacky talk. Let's just talk normal like everybody else. And let you enjoy it. Oh, my biscuits are done. Yay. I put some fresh biscuits in the oven. Really, really good too. Almost on the verge of burning on the bottom, but I caught them just in time. So anyhow, so how's everybody's day been going? Well, morning technically for me. Might be afternoon for most of you folks out there. Might be evening time for most of you folks out there. I mean, I don't know. All depends on what part of the globe you're at. Could be from maybe India, Asia, Africa, who knows? Wherever you're from, wherever you're at, I bid you good everything. There you go. Whether it's good morning, good evening, good afternoon, or good night, I bid you good everything. Happy everything. Because that way, can't go wrong when you cover everything. It's like when you have a buffet, open up a food buffet. Instead of having one or two main dishes, no, you have a little bit of everything. That way, instead of appeasing one or two palates, you appease multiple palates. Some people like things this way. Some people like things that way. Some people like things cooked this way. Some people like things cooked that way. It's just different things, With me, I'm just randomly talking about random different things. They don't have to make sense. I'm just talking, period. Another subject I'd like to talk about is the subject of rushing, hurrying up, the subject of, gotta go this, gotta go that, gotta go to this, gotta go to that, gotta go to this, gotta do that, gotta do this, gotta do that. People get themselves so worked up on a day-to-day basis that they fail to enjoy the simple and finer things in life, such as the smell of a flower, or how it feels to have good, solid conversation with a friend or with a family member, or even with someone you barely met over the phone. Socialization is a very necessary thing to do. That's why most of us are on here, right? For any form of socialization. For any form of recognition, right? Some people are on here for just attention, saying, hey, I'm over here, I'm over here, I'm over here, look at me, look at me, look at me. But look at all the crazy, silly things that they have to do to get noticed. Look at all the crazy, silly things that they have to do to get attention. They literally put themselves out on a high wire. They put themselves on a high wire every single day, trying to create a balancing act. Praying to God that the scales don't tip. Praying to God that their audience doesn't die out. So what do? They do even more daring things. They do even more crazy things. Because why? Because they crave that audience. They crave that simple attention. Because without it, they would go stark raving mad. Like with me, for instance. Do you see a big audience here? Do you see a big group of people rolling in the chat wanting to listen to what I'm saying? No. Do you see a big group of people screaming on the panel wanting to come up just to talk with me? No. Because why? Because I'm not that invested in it. I don't overextend myself on this platform, and I don't underextend myself on this platform. I make it to where it's a perfect balance of both. I don't want to be the type of person that overextends himself and that does all these crazy things just to get people to watch, just to get people to pay attention and all that. I don't have to. And I don't have to underextend myself either by just, not doing very much, putting very little effort into it, all this crap, I'm right smack down there in the middle. Middle. I've always been there since the beginning. Look at my past. My record speaks for itself. I've never been one to overextend myself, and I've never been one to underextend myself. But at the same time, I achieve the perfect balance. Right smack straight down the middle. Because that's what I like to, that's my preference, that's my choice. It's what I choose to do. And that's why a lot of people don't want to listen. That's why a lot of people don't want to watch. Because I'm not crazy. I'm not insane. I'm not popping off the handles. I'm not yelling and screaming. I'm not calling people out. I'm not doing that. Because to me, I see no reason to. I see no purpose of doing it. There's no reason behind it. Why? Oh yeah, I'm gonna argue with somebody that I'm never gonna see in real life, that I'm never gonna talk to in real life, that I'm never going to socialize in real life or interact with or anything. So what's the fucking point of doing it? Hang on a second. It smells like roses, huh? It smells like roses, huh? Poquito? ¿Puede como rosado? Solo que veo uno, no mucho. Solo uno. But you know what I mean? It's like people, all of us get ourselves in these crazy situations, and we're like a dog chasing our tail. We go around and around and around and around and around and around and around. And pretty soon we get to the point to where we don't know where we started. We don't even know where we started, and we don't even know where we finished. Because it's all the same repetitive thing over and over and over and over again, and it never changes. It's like you keep chasing your tail. You keep running around, chasing your tail, thinking that you're going to get it. But it always slips away from you. Always does. Every single time. Because why? Because your tail will always be in the back of you, never in the front. There you go. The present moment will always be in front of you, not in back of you. That's the difference. Agárrate un ajo y máscalo porque eso está bueno. Yo lo masqué ayer. Y sabía bueno. Hang on a second. I think Duke wants to come out. I hear him crying. I think he got shut up in the room because Mom did it. Aurora. He wants to play with him. I think he's going to play. Come on, dude. Want to go outside? Come on, buddy. Come on, dude. Go outside, baby. Come on. Come on, dude. Come on, dude. Go outside, bud. There you go. No. Or you stay. That way, Dude could be alone and go to the bathroom and stuff without you having your nose up his rear end. Anyway, sorry about that, folks. I kind of lost my train of thought here because I'm kind of getting busy right now. So wife's moving around, I'm moving around, so we're getting ready to do our morning thing that we do. Aquí están biscuits. Aquí está la comida que yo le hice ayer. ¿Ves? Mira. Ahí va.
Ahorita no, espérame. Pues ahorita todavía no quiero comer.
Prueba un poquito.
No quiero ahorita. Pues no me vas a ver a nada.
Okay. Oh, because you're clogged up right now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. My wife's dealing with a cold right now, so. And I tried to get her to taste what I made yesterday, but she's like, I'm not going to be able to taste it because I'm all clogged up right now. Because she just got up, and it's 50 degrees outside. So anyway, guys, I'm going to head out because we're starting to get busy out here. So you guys take care. Much love, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace, and thank you for watching.